All right, first off, congratulations. Format of the press conference will be opening statement from the head coach, and then we'll open it up to questions for the student athletes and the head coach. Go ahead, Coach.
All right. Well, I'm sure very pleased with obviously the win for us. Our program's a very proud program and very tradition-based, and we lost to the Johnnies in 2002, 2003, and certainly we remember that. So it was very nice for our staff that were there at that time to finally be able to beat what a wonderful program and tradition that I believe St. John's is. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for them and how those guys play and how hard they play. So we feel very gratified, I guess, to have played such a great opponent and to come all the way out here and win on the road. It's extremely difficult to win on the road. It's hard to win in the playoffs, period. It's extremely hard to win on the road in the playoffs unless you're in the East bracket. But if you're in the West bracket, it's exceptionally hard to win on the road. And I'm just really proud of our guys. They played hard. Things didn't go right for either team. There were a lot of ups and downs. It's quite a roller coaster game. But I'm very proud of those guys.
Thank you, Coach. Open it up to questions. First question. Pat, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, Coach, just tell us about game plan a little bit. I mean, it seemed like the first quarter maybe was the two teams feeling each other out a little bit, and then kind of offenses kind of figured some things out. Tell us a little bit about what, how that came from your perspective.
Well, I think early on in the game we were just getting beat. St. John's defensive line, I thought was exceptional. We knew that they were going to be good, and we had a hard time adjusting to their speed and physicality right out of the gate. And I think that happens a lot of times in the playoffs when you practice against scout teams or whatever, and you're trying, you're banged up, you're trying not to go as hard, and then suddenly you get against a really good opponent, and the speed of the game is quite high. It took us a while to get used to that, but I felt like once our offensive line started to make adjustments and get used to that, they gave Wyatt some time, and once we got a little pass protection and a little bit of a semblance of a running game going, then we were able to move the ball a little bit. It's hard going. It's hard to move the ball against that defense. It's outstanding defense. So I think it was really just a matter of adjusting to the speed of the game and their talent.
Could I ask you the same thing? I'm sorry. What you saw from your perspective, especially after that first series where they got to you 3 times?
Well, I mean, kind of what we were saying, they kind of punched us in the mouth early on. I thought they were obviously very talented D-line, very impressed with the way they played, very physical. But I was really proud of our offense, our O-line. I thought they really stepped it up. We made a few adjustments, and they really figured it out, and they gave me some time. And then after that, I think our receivers started making some plays. Our running backs ran the ball. I think we just started picking it up as the game went on, and I was very proud of the way we played.
Zach?
Tyler, I know St. John's been a team that's run the ball really well this year, but you guys did a really good job of shutting them down today. Just kind of tell me what you thought of how the defense performed in that way today.
Yeah, I think we take pride in stopping the run, and we've done well this year. I think they actually probably, it's the most rushing yards we've given up this season. I think, what they get, 105, 103. But I mean, obviously you look at them, they average 200 plus rushing yards a game. I think we thought that that's what they were going to try to do, and that's coming into the game, and I think we did well, and that it helps when the offense goes up. Teams kind of have to revert to passing the ball, which I think is what you saw, in the latter half of the game, them just starting to sling the rock a little more, and it helps, when our offense goes up. I think that's why this year, as a defense, we've kind of given up so few rushing yards. It's just, offense puts up 40 points on a team, and they kind of abandon the running game. The Johnnies, they did stick by it for a little while, but I think towards the end they definitely tried to sling the rock a little more.
Frank?
Well, obviously you look at the end of the first half, you're about to punt to them and go into halftime 7-7 with them getting the ball back, and then suddenly the momentum swings there, and again in the second half, when they punt, you're able to take advantage of it. I mean, how big a momentum swing was that, to get those breaks and be able to take advantage of them?
I mean, obviously it's very fortunate to have gotten those. I think we needed them. hard going on offense, and to be able to get those big momentum switch changes and be able to capitalize on it. It's really important for us as an offense and a team.
Next question, Zach.
Joel, I know you had 15 targets today, you had 13 catches. Tell me what you did to try to, I guess, get open and be in spaces to make an impact.
To be honest, I think that I'm just grateful for Coach Elliott. I think he has a lot of confidence in me and Smith, and I have a lot of confidence in them. And then with Wyatt back there, I mean, I just feel confident in our team. Our O-line finally started to figure it out. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna ask you to speak for all the receivers because you're the one here, but it's a pretty young group, right? And like first real taste of deep playoff action. Just tell me about, like, I don't know, speed of the game or facing different defenses or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the first game, like, I came into it like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what it's like, but having people like Burge and Wyatt and even Coach Smith, just having them, and they just, I don't know, just them, their leadership. They tell me what's gonna happen, and I just trust them. So I just go out there and do what I do.
Next question.
You mentioned the history with St. John's. How many guys on your staff were here in 2002 and 2003?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
The vast majority, so.
Somewhere in
We've got a
uniform.
long- We've got a long memory.
Right, and some, like Pat said,
And some in uniform.
some in uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Even going back to the 60s with that NCAA title game. So, I mean, to get this first win against St. John's, obviously you guys have had enough success on your own, you don't need it. But, I mean, like you said, is it kind of a big thing to beat a program like this?
No, it is. I mean, we've beaten a lot of good ones around the country. This is one we hadn't, so it's nice to do that. Our O2 team, I don't want to get into that, but I can tell you all about those games. But no, we're very proud of this group this year. They've been through so much. I know every team has in college football, but in particular our guys, they played no games. They practiced 2 years to get into the playoffs, and 22 weeks last year, and they put a lot into this. This young receiving crew that you made mention of is they're all freshmen and sophomores essentially, and really proud of Wyatt's leadership with those guys. And each game, it's a different guy stepping up, and that's how much confidence our OC has and Wyatt has in those. And really proud of the job they're doing, but it's a team thing, and we're playing well right now, so very proud of that.
Other questions? You good?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck next week.
Congratulations.
Thank you.